Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Ginny, and today I'm going to do a little meditation on abundance. Please follow along. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable in a seated position. If your feet are touching the ground, that's kind of ideal, but if you do prefer to sit with your legs crossed, that's okay too. Try to sit in a way that allows you to get your spine nice and long, sitting up nice and tall. Imagine that might help you to bring more oxygen into the body and to stay alert. So you're seated, and now if you're comfortable doing so, go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Take your attention to the center of your head and allow your attention to stay there. The sixth chakra, the center of the head. As we move through the meditation, if your attention drifts, you can always take your attention to your breath to bring yourself back. Your attention drifts off to your to-do list or what happened yesterday or what's going on tomorrow. Take your attention back to your breath and then back to the center of the head. Allow yourself to have an energetic connection to the earth. An energetic connection can look like anything you'd like it to look like. If there's a lot on your plate today, perhaps it's a big, heavy tree trunk. If it's a playful day, maybe it's a candy cane or a shoestring. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, but if you're a visual person, you could imagine what it looks like and know that you can change that at any time. So you've got this energetic connection to the earth. And then notice the space around you. We each have a space around us that we like to call an aura. It goes about 2 or 3 feet in every direction. So if you were to step back and look at the aura, it kind of looks like the shape of an egg, because it's going 2 or 3 feet in every direction, above, below, forward, backward, right, left, etc. So you're sitting in this little bubble of your own energy. Notice, how does it feel today? And imagine that if it doesn't feel quite right, you can send any emotions that you're not on board with, that you're not enjoying, out of your space. One way to do that is to send them through that grounding cord out to the earth. Or you could just imagine that they're not in your space anymore. Just allow them to be out of your space. And now from the center of your head, notice what comes up when we think about abundance. What emotion is coming into your space? Can you have abundance? Does that feel natural? Does that feel fun? Does it feel full? Does it feel stressful? Does it feel like, oh, that's somebody else, that's not me? Any emotions that are coming up that are just not sitting quite right, they're not something you want to spend your day with, know that you can send those out of your space simply by having the intention to do so. So as we're in the meditation, you can just put that in autopilot. Anything that comes in that doesn't resonate can be sent right on out. Take your attention back to the center of the head. Notice that you have abundance in your life. And notice in what way that is true. Perhaps your abundance is in your friendship space. Abundance in our friendship space can create quite a rich life. Notice what's coming up and notice if you want to change that energy at all. Maybe you want your friendship space to be even more abundant. Imagine that you can set that intention and create that in your life. And notice what's coming up. Perhaps a particular color or texture or memory is coming up. Just notice it without any judgment from the center of the head. Let it pass through. What comes up next? What comes up next? Where are you abundant in your life? Let the energy be moving in and out of your space. This is your space. You get to decide what to keep, what to move. Continue to breathe, nice deep inhalations and exhalations. What comes up when we think about what you would like to have more abundance with? What would you like to have more of when it comes to abundance, prosperity, plenty? Notice that you can create more of whatever's coming up. And notice also what resistance is coming up. Perhaps you're thinking about, oh, I can't have that because I don't have that right now because. Allow those emotions to move through your body, through that space, that aura, and then back out. And then try on for size the thought that you can have more of whatever it is that you want. And allow the emotion that that would create to come into your space. We want to create the emotion of what it is you want to create. That is a very good starting place. Create the emotion of what you would like to have more of in your life and really sit in that emotion. That can be the beginning of the magic. To go ahead and feel that emotion now, before you've created whatever you're looking for. Go ahead and sit in the emotion, and that will allow you to create more of it. Notice what's coming up. Are there any particular colors coming up or textures or images? Anything that is not working for you, you can move right out of your space. And go ahead and imagine that you can create more of whatever it is you want. Let's say, for example, you would like to have more blue in your life. What comes up? Allow all the different shades of blue to come up, to come to mind just for a moment, and then let that pass through the center of your head and move on out of your space. Let's imagine you would like to have more money. What does that look like when you imagine from the center of your head, from a place of neutrality, having more money? Imagine that that may be a simple task. Imagine that you don't have to know where it's coming from. You don't have to dictate the formula. We're just looking for the feeling of whatever it is you would like to be more abundant with. For money, maybe that's green. Maybe it's the color of paper money. Imagine that you can bring more of that into your space and sit in that emotion and notice how it feels. What else would you like to have more of in your life? Time is one that I really appreciate. What comes up when you think about having an abundance of time? Go to the center of your head and notice what comes up when you take your attention to having an abundance of time. Is there any resistance coming up? If so, you can move that out of your space simply by having the intention. And what would it look like to have more time, an abundance of time? How would it feel to feel like there is plenty of time in this day, in this year, in this lifetime? How would that feel? If it's a good feeling, really hold on to it and see if you can expand that feeling for a moment. It might look like a particular picture, a memory, a color, a texture, anything. So you see the space in the center of your head can be very active. And it's very powerful to bring neutrality to it. So you may notice that, oh, having more time would be really, that would feel delightful. I would like to create that. And then you can let it go. Just have some neutrality about it. Yes, that's something I would like. What else? Check. What else comes up when you think about what you would like to have more of? In your day, in your month, in your year, in your family, in your job. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And then begin to allow the energy that is currently sitting in your space that's not working for you to move out. And begin to fill in your space with your own unique vibration of energy. So as you moved out things that are not working for you, it might seem like your space looks a little more like a piece of Swiss cheese now, with a few gaps here and there. And imagine that you can just simply call back in your own unique vibration of energy and fill in those little holes. Your vibration of energy is like your fingerprint in the respect that it is not like any other person's. So although other people might be attracted to your energy, it's going to work best in your space. So maybe you left a little of it here and there and everywhere. Call it back into your space now. Fill in the gaps. Mind the gaps. Let it be simple. Let it be instantaneous. Let it be fun. Let it feel good. And when you feel like you've gotten to a place where you're filled up with your own unique vibration of energy, go ahead and open your eyes. Give yourself a moment to get back into the present moment. It's going to take our eyes and look up as if there's a clock in front of us. You're going to take your eyes to the 12 and then circle your eyes around as if you're taking a moment to just pause on every number on the clock. And when you get up to 12, go the opposite direction. 12, 11, 10, 9, and so forth. It's a nice way to bring yourself back into your physical body. Another thing I like to do is just bend over and turn my hands towards the floor, perhaps touching the fingers to the floor, and then sitting back up. And it's always nice to stretch a little bit. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope you have an abundant day. Let us know what else you'd like to see.